Here we go. Yo everybody, I'm in South Jersey today with the best finishing crew around. So we're gonna be refinishing these cabinets in this house. We're bringing our equipment in here because it's pretty cold outside. Gotta warm it up. But here's the kitchen. It's a cherry kitchen. You've seen this 100 times before. An outdated space. The homeowners just don't like the colors that's going on. It's just a little outdated. You know, this kitchen's probably 15, 20 years old. And we're gonna take this space and transform it to a, this is gonna be white with actually we're matching the countertop here. We just put this quartz countertop in here. So we sent this off for a sample to get colored. And then we're gonna use the white on the perimeter cabinets, as you can see here. And then on this island, we're gonna do it in navel. It's actually Ralph Lauren's navel. It's gonna be a 20 sheen, so it's the typical gloss that we put on the cabinets here. It's a 20 sheen. You can go to 100, which is like super glossy, but normally it's about a 20 sheen. You can go a little lower, you know, a 10 sheen, but 20 is where we're gonna go. We're gonna change these hinges out to soft closing hinges. And we're gonna do some modifications in this kitchen. We're gonna add panels to the island, and we're gonna add end panels to the side walls here. So these are gonna be all decorative end panels, bottoms, tops. And then we have a missing cabinet here that we're going to be putting back because we have to take it out for the countertop. The cabinet was sitting onto the countertop. As you can see underneath here, as we start masking out, underneath here there's a pre-wire for under cabinet lights. We're gonna be adding LED strip under cabinet lights. They're dimmable, they're amazing. And I think we're gonna have enough to light up the island. It's something I like to do. And also on this glass cabinetry, we're gonna light up underneath, and then we're gonna light up inside the cabinet, so we have some in-cabinet lighting. There's no uplighting available here because the crown touches the ceiling. So sometimes we'll put some lighting on top to light up the top, and sometimes we'll put it in the baseboard. More of a transitional house, more of a modern house to do it. This is a little more traditional, so we're not gonna do it here. But again, transitional houses, modern houses, you can do down lighting and up lighting. It looks pretty sharp. Here we're just gonna keep it in the middle and light up the back of the island if we have enough. Again, so right now we're masking out, or we're starting the masking out process. We're gonna be putting frog tape on the ground, covering everything with grip right, and then going for the boxes. Everything's gonna be cleaned, sanded, degreased, vacuumed, and then we're gonna do 4 coats, 2 prime, 2 top coats, sand in between, and we're gonna be using an Italian poly system. That's a 2-part. It's a 2-part product. It comes from Milan. It's really hard. It's bleachable, it's durable, it's scratch resistant, it's chip resistant, but if you hit it with your KitchenAid mixer, just like your car, I wouldn't do that. It's gonna chip. What happens when it chips? We fix it. You can give us the door, we can respray it. It's pretty easy to do. The timeline on this project, we're in here for about 4 days. With 2 colors and the ice and the snow outside, it might be 5 days with 2 colors. So what I tell clients is 4 to 6 and try to meet somewhere in the middle. 3 to 4 is just really not possible with 2 colors because the island we're gonna have to do separately than the perimeter colors. So we wanna do the island, we wanna close that off, and then have no contamination on the white to the blue. Knobs and handles, we're gonna switch out. So a lot of people ask, hey, can I switch out the knobs and the handles? For sure. Now on this, the knob placement's gonna stay the same, so that hole's not gonna be filled. The drawer faces though, we're gonna do a spread on a pull. So these have to be filled. So we'll use an epoxy on this, a 2-part. We're gonna fill it, probably 3 coats, sand it between, and then prime it. You won't be able to see that. And then we're gonna drill out the widespread pull. So we definitely can do that. There is a small charge to fill the holes because it takes a bit of time, and then to re-drill it out. After we put the doors back on, they're gonna be leveled and they'll be plumb. And again, with the soft closing hinges that we're gonna add on, which is a real inexpensive but upgrading feature, you'll have a nice, easy swing. Now we can modify the drawer box and put soft closing glides. Now these glides don't have them, they slam. But you can replace them, but you need the right glide and the box has to match. So right here, these are Blum glides underneath. I can replace those without rebuilding the drawer box. But if you have old drawers that have like the white glides on the side, like the old school ones, the box has to be rebuilt because you can't do undermount glides, the hidden ones on those, so you just have to rebuild the box. Box rebuild can be anywhere between $95 and $165 per box. It just depends on the size. A big box is going to cost more than a small box. Installation, all included about, so let's say between 90 and 170 bucks. Pretty straightforward on that. The hinge replacement, again, one of the easiest things to do. Costs a couple bucks per hinge, and we take them off anyway. We take them off to spray the cabinets, so these are getting removed. So if we're replacing these, it's a pretty easy swap out. We'll just put the new ones in there. 15-year-old hinges, they start to break down anyway. They lose the, they start to wobble, they start to shake. They're only good for a few 100,000 openings, and you go through that in about 15 years. And of course, the cabinets that are used most will break down a little more or a little faster than the ones that don't. All these built-in appliances are no issue. What we're gonna do here, we're gonna pull this out a little bit. There's a couple set screws inside your oven that you can just pull this out away from the face frame. So we're gonna pull this out and then make sure we're finishing the back side of that space. This way, if you ever swap your built-in appliances, there's really no issue that there's no old cherry color behind it. As you can see, we're rolling out, well, the gray carpet, but we're rolling out the red carpet for this space. This way, the floors are protected. We're not worrying about anything that dust is gonna get trapped in under the floor. Even for the perimeter of the cabinet, we lay one row of yellow tape, then we'll lay the grip right up to that yellow tape, and then we'll put another piece of tape on there like a shingle. So nothing's getting underneath the grip right. And the reason we use grip right is because it is waterproof and we're using a liquid. So instead of using paper that things could penetrate through, the grip rate's great. You can spill solvent on this and clean it up fairly quickly and it won't penetrate through, and that's what we're looking for. In a minute, we're going to outline the countertop or where the sink is, just to make sure that if anybody's working in this area, they know exactly where the sink is. Pretty important. The ceiling's going to get masked off, the walls are going to get masked off. Everything's going to get masked off. It's like a production in here. It's almost like Dexter when people ask what this looks like. Right now it's nothing. A couple pieces of plastic, starting to work with the tools. In about 4 hours, this place is going to look totally different, and I'll show you what that looks like. Any questions, or you're looking for a quote, quotes are the easiest thing. mycabinetpainters.com, get a free quote. What's going to happen is you're going to fill out a short form, name, email, where the project's located, what you're looking for, cabinet refinishing, countertop modifications, backsplash, floor refinishing, anything that you're looking for in your project. And then we're going to ask you for pictures of your kitchen. It's really, really simple. So fill out the form, mycabinetpainters.com. Somebody from the office is going to shoot you a text asking for pictures of the project, send it back. And then we're going to, in a few minutes, we can be going over your project details. We don't let anybody wait. Not like regular contractors, wondering if you're going to get a call back. That's just not going to happen when you apply for a request or request for cabinet finishing. We're located in multiple states, so this location is South Jersey, but we're all over. So if you're seeing this, typically we have somebody in your location trained. Everybody goes through a training process, and we make sure that we're changing the finishes, the popular finishes, we're changing them, and people are well trained, well versed in new equipment, new finish lines, colors, sheens, etc. So again, go to mycabinetpainters.com, and we would look forward to working with you.